Diane Chambers, Woody Boyd, Norm Peterson, Cliff Clavin, Fraser Crane, and Sam Malone. You know where I'm going? Very impressed. These are the names from the famed television show Cheers. And yet more than one of the most watched sitcoms of the 1980s, the fictional bar became an ideal for anyone seeking a friendly face or a community where everyone knows your name. It's at the core of Cheers' theme song. Now join with me in singing. It's on the back of your leaflet. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I can professionally tell you there was no melody in that.
Now, I know it was a little silly and probably a little unexpected. Maybe not with me up here. But the experience could come across both as fun and foolish, as well as awkward and unbearable. But the humor and the meaning of the words, combined with the togetherness of singing this jingle, no matter how off-key, can also, no matter how easy, be comforting. We were free to let our guard down and to be ridiculous. This silliness alongside being together can make us feel good. Not just going somewhere where everybody knows your name, but a place you can feel comfortable with your vulnerabilities and strengths. A place you can find healing and hope and faith. And a place that no matter how you feel when you arrive, are more inspired, more comforted, more supported before you leave. Now this can be the power of Judaism in this temple. Yet as a Pew study, which many of you might have seen in the papers this week, attest more and more Jews are moving away from Judaism. In fact, 1 in 5 Jews now describe themselves as having no religion at all. Now this week, we're reintroduced to Noah and the flood. Now the crux of the story centers upon the population being so wicked that God decides to start all over by wiping out everyone except for Noah, his family, and 2 of every animal. Theologically, it's very problematic. A God we pray to heal us, support us, and to help us kills a people. It's not a God that I believe in, and it's a story that now no doubt pushes Jews away, especially when some suggest that the murder of 6 million less than 80 years ago was due to Jews' wicked ways. So how can we reconcile our texts with these blatant issues? How can we connect to a religion that seems outdated? How can we believe in something that seems to have let us down so many times before? Now we could throw it away. We could never read from the Torah again. We could leave the past and our traditions behind, then move forward without them. And sadly, this is what many American Jews have decided to do. Or we could acknowledge the flaws. We could be open to interpretation. We could see Judaism as a guidepost rather than an all or nothing. And we could see Judaism in this temple as the place where everyone knew your name and they're always glad you came. Now, within our Torah portion, Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his age. Noah walked with God. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation, and Noah walked with God. The comments from our Torah suggest that Noah was perfect, blameless, and righteous. Yet our rabbis, instead of glorifying Noah's perfection, state that Noah is actually extremely flawed. Our Talmud even expresses that God saved Noah reluctantly, and one 18th century rabbi shares that if Noah were to live in Abraham's generation, among the great righteous ones, Noah would not even have been close to acceptable. And yet, following the flood, God makes a promise with a flawed, imperfect Noah to never bring about this destruction again. That promise, a rainbow, which you can see directly behind me, reminds us all of the flaws, those within the biblical books, those within the biblical God, those within Noah, those within Judaism, those within our world, and those even within ourselves. See, a rainbow is not perfect either. It's a broken circle. And it's a reminder of the two halves needed to be whole. And it's this awareness of the imperfections rather than the perfections that can make Judaism more beautiful, meaningful, and worthwhile. See, Judaism provides us a path to take that which is broken and try to make it whole. Yet this is not accomplished through simply an individual religious journey. Judaism relies on the power of community. See, we are a movement, not individually trying to be perfect, but taking the two things and bringing them together to form one, to make our world, our text, and ourself more complete. See, Judaism is about realizing both our strengths and our flaws so that we can find the companion who complements our weaknesses to make this world even greater than it can be. It's this concentration on building and maintaining relationships that we can complete the rainbow. We can complete the circle. And maybe the best way to begin is by finding that place where everybody knows your name. Shabbat Shalom.